The Miami Dolphins have now won 5 out of their last 6 games. Is it time to take them serious, and do they have a chance? The Miami Dolphins won their 5th game out of the last 6. Right now, their record is 6-7. And just listen, it was kind of a joke for some time, but here we are. The Dolphins are actually in the hunt and have a chance for a playoff push, believe it or not, which is just crazy, man. They beat the bricks out of the New York Jets today, usually typical from what the Dolphins like to do when they go to MetLife Stadium, just doing what they're kind of used to doing. The game wasn't pretty, I will say, but the beginning was out freaking standing. I mean, the Dolphins got into an early freaking lead. They got the ball first. It's on the road. I thought that was cool. You're kind of receiving the ball first. Your offense has been struggling, but how good would it be to set the tone by scoring a touchdown on the road and kind of going from there? Give your offense some confidence, and that's exactly what the Dolphins did. Devon Achane absolutely killed it today. Tua looked awesome on that first drive, connecting with Jalen Waddle for the touchdown. And then the defense has been picking up things as of late. I was very critical of Anthony Weaver and his defense, but they have literally, picked things up as of late. Throughout this whole turnaround, Rasul Douglas has been anywhere. Jordan Brooks has been everywhere. You're starting to see the guys, the rookies like Kenneth Grant, Zeke Biggers, Jordan Phillips. They're doing big things now. And this Dolphins team has really been playing some inspiring football. It's not the prettiest, but they're honestly learning how to win football games, how to put teams away, how to hold on to leads, and how to really get in and off the field. Those are things that I have to give credit to. Now, there's a lot of things still that aren't really pretty, and one of them being Tua Tagovailoa, and that's the main freaking piece, right? Tua looks absolutely off, man. I mean, the bad season just continues. This dude does not look the same. I don't need to repeat myself. I'm totally out on the guy, but I like that Mike McDaniel. I mentioned it on my last video. He realizes the limitations and he doesn't even trust Tua no more. But I'm glad because he's actually doing what he's supposed to do, right? Taking the talent and figuring out how to win football games. How do you win football games? You run the ball. You got guys like Devon Achane back there. You got Ollie Gordon back there. And you have an offensive line who's been playing better as of late. You got a defense that's been playing better. So listen, ground and pound. That's it. Run the football. Utilize these different running backs. Give it to the hot hand. Let your defense do its thing. The defense absolutely killed it today. Interceptions left and right. Getting sacks left and right. I thought this was an awesome performance, and I thought this was a win that the Dolphins desperately have needed. They've been squeaking by wins, barely beating the New Orleans Saints, and kind of, having these, wins, but they're not really feel-good wins. Now, this is a game right here where I think this is something that the Dolphins could feel good about, and it's coming in a crucial stretch here. I mean, right now you're 6-7. Things are starting to get real where you actually realistically have a chance here to make the playoffs. Winning this game can do so many different things. Winning it the way you did, the defense, like I mentioned, got home with pass rushing, got some sacks under their belt, got some turnovers, got interceptions. That's something that they desperately need going into the next matchup. We got a primetime game Monday night against the Steelers in Pittsburgh. You got a confident defense heading into that matchup against Aaron Rodgers, who has his limitations at this age. I think this is big time heading into that game. I'm looking at the game within the game. Love what I saw from the defense. Let's look at some stats, though, to break it all down. Why don't we? Because I mentioned Achane. Listen, Achane had 7 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Left the game at halftime, though, with a rib injury. I think he's going to be all right, though. I think it was kind of, we knew that this game was over, so let's not push things. We got an extra rest. We got a game next Monday, and it's a bigger task at hand. Let's play it safe with Achane. I think he's going to give it a go against Pittsburgh. But listen, Jalen Wright, opportunity comes to you. Now, I wanted to see a lot from Jalen Wright because Jalen Wright is a guy who was drafted pretty high. McDaniel was really high on this kid, and he's had a bad season, had a bad preseason. But what are you going to do when the opportunity's there against a crappy New York Jets team? 24 carries, over 100 yards, and a touchdown. Did some big things out there. I, quite frankly, didn't really love what I saw from Jalen Wright. I thought when he finally got the opportunity, where you're telling me that you get 24 carries against this defense in the New York Jets, I thought he was going to snap for more. So I'm not completely sold on Jalen Wright. That's the case. Devon Achane, though, freaking stud. Tua, as I mentioned, that first drive was awesome. That's where he got the touchdown, but he finished 13 for 21, 127 yards. I mean, that's pretty much what you're going to get from Tua throughout the rest of the season. It's just too many limitations there. His athleticism is off. His timing is off. His throws are off. It's not the same Tua that we've been seeing over the course of the last couple of years, let's just say. Some can argue it probably is. Jalen Waddle, 5 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. That opening drive was freaking awesome. Dulcich, 3 catches for 41. I mean, I think Dulcich has had a freaking solid turnaround to his season as well. Darren Waller, 1 catch for 13 yards on 3 targets. That's, like I mentioned, I don't understand how Darren Waller is not getting more targets than that, but it's probably because of the limitations that we're dealing with Tua. As I mentioned earlier, though, the Dolphins defense, man. I mean, Dolphins defense was freaking everywhere.
If Nationwide could be a great insurance and financial
they had
services company,
3 turnovers, all right, 3 interceptions, which was big time, and they absolutely got to the quarterback. That's one thing that this Dolphins defense definitely needed. You got 6 total sacks on the day, and I thought that was big time. But listen, 5 out of the last 6 games are now resulting in wins for the Dolphins. The Dolphins realistically have a chance here. I'm just glad that they approached this game with an aggressive mindset from the beginning. I like that. Mike McDaniel realizes more and more each and every week what he has with Tua, and he's relying on the run game. He's mixing it up with Jalen Wright. He's mixing it up with Devon Achane. He's mixing it up with Ollie Gordon. Mike McDaniel's doing everything he possibly can with the limitations to his quarterback. And I also have to give credit to this Dolphins defense. Anthony Weaver is a guy who I wanted to be head coach of this football team. And then his defense kind of started messing around, blowing leads, not securing games. And I was highly critical of what is going on. And credit to him. Listen, he has turned this thing around, and the young guys are turning things around as well. The Dolphins, though, the problems, it's Tua, man. Some of the play calling was weird. Like Mike McDaniel risking on a 3rd down before halftime, throwing almost looked like a backwards pass that could have been disastrous. Like, why are you throwing a little, like what was it? Like it was like a weird type of screen to Jalen Wright. That could have been disastrous. So some of the play callings there with Mike McDaniel are still questionable. I feel like that's just who we get with Mike McDaniel. So that's something that I don't like to see. And then I don't like to see the play of Tua. But other than that, though, the Dolphins are finding ways to win football games. And at the end of the day, when you look at their record and you look at the season years and years from now, people are only going to judge wins and losses. They're not going to remember how you won that football game or how ugly that football game was. That's not going to matter. Wins and losses. And right now, I know many Dolphin fans are upset that they won this football game. Oh, it hurts their draft stock. Listen, you could have already washed it out like me, man. Once the Dolphins won over 3 games and they won game number 4, forget about the top pick. Like, that's it. The top pick is done. To me, it's either if you're not picking 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and when the Dolphins won the 4th game, I think that's completely washed out. You could pick pretty much anywhere from 6 to 12. I think depending on who your GM is, you can get a good player. It depends on the GM. So because of that, once we're out of top 5 contention, now I'm trying to win football games. I'm trying to win football games. I'm trying to establish a culture, and I don't want to be a team that's out here tanking and just quitting. Like, that's whack. All right. The only exception that I'm probably okay with losing is the last game of the season if you're already out. I feel like the last game is just a wash. Forget about that. Not the scenario right now. Win football games, establish a culture, and fight to the very end. That's what I want this team to be about. No, I do not want Mike McDaniel to stay here, but I want my damn football team to win games and stay in contention for as long as possible. You're getting meaningful games in December. That's something you got to be excited about as a fan. You got week 1 of December. It was a meaningful game today against the Jets. Now you're heading on to week 2 against Pittsburgh. All right. Another big game. And it's a primetime spot with a 6-7 record in the hunt. This is a big, big task at hand. Hostile environment in the cold, playoffs on the line. This game right here is going to show me a lot. If the Dolphins can win this football game coming up and get to 7-7, you got to give credit where credit is due. It's like, how the hell can they possibly pull this off? But listen, shout out to Achan. Shout out to the guys for just battling, coming out with that aggression today, and winning their 5th out of the last 6 games. And now 4 in a row for the Dolphins. Them boys are hot. Let's see if they could keep things rolling. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button to support. And I'll see you guys next time.